You and Q-Tip, what's going on with y'all two?
Q-Tip is my cousin. Busta Rhymes is my childhood friend. And yo, I always been who I am to those guys. You know what I'm saying? I just hung out with Busta Rhymes till 5 in the morning. I hadn't seen him in 5. Well, no, I'm sorry, too far. I hadn't seen him about maybe like 2.5 years, and we were at T-Pain's listening session, and we had to talk in the stairwell for about an hour and a half. With literally like, it was like a TV episode where we were behind a stairwell and there were about 50 people with their ear to the door. And it ended with us giving each other a dap, giving each other a grown man and hug, because I know Busta Rhymes since I was literally a kid, you know. And his story about consequences, yo, you don't understand this man. When I met this man, he was about 14 on a bike with a crack pack and a hammer. And he was like a little boy, and there was a grown man's soul stuck inside of him. Like, he's known me and my dynamic more. He probably knows me better than, close to any artist besides Q-Tip. Like, he knows me, you know what I'm saying? And obviously when it was a situation with me and Kamal, he was, he was torn because, me and Kamal, at the end of the day, that's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not fake. It's not fake. I mean, he put me in the rap game. I've never said that I didn't value what Q-Tip did for me. It just got to a point where, I guess that apple in that pig mouth was looking kind of delicious. But we put that to bed, you know what I'm saying? I had to put it to bed with him, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there was instances, there was different things that happened. Like, my grandfather died, where Tip's not coming to the funeral. So, life becomes bigger than music in certain instances, you know what I'm saying? And I live music every day, you know what I mean? He's my cousin. I can't sit here and say he's not my cousin. He was, the one time I did say he wasn't my cousin, it hurt his heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was crushed after I did the Breakfast Club interview. I know he was. I know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know him. And without, like I said, compromising his privacy, that's my cousin, man. I would do anything for Q-Tip, man. He know that. He know that. To this day, you know what I'm saying? And even in any time, you know what I'm saying? And that's obviously one of the most important relationships that I had to amend, you know what I'm saying? Because that's Caden's cousin, you know what I'm saying? And he always asks us about my son. That's the first thing he asks us whenever we speak now. Like, what's up with Cuzzo? You know what I mean? So that's what we are.
That's what's up. Well, while you were talking, I Googled best hip hop groups of all time, and A Tribe Called Quest was the first thing that got returned.
I mean, because that's the correct answer.
Now, I'm going to keep it 100, Con, because, we know each other. We keep it funky. But my favorite group of all time is NWA, but I think that's because I grew up on the West Coast.
That's the culture and I'm from Linden Boulevard, so the best group of all time is Tribe Called Quest. Because I was in it. Nah. If you did like family trees, right, there's a few family trees that still matter. You know what I'm saying? So obviously the NWA, and I'll start on your side of the land. Obviously NWA family tree has spawned the entire West Coast. Kendrick Lamar is a lead from NWA.
Right, all day.
The Game is a lead from NWA, or a branch, or whatever you want to, however you want to word it, derivative of NWA. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because certain trees grew to be big. What's those big trees called in Yosemite Valley out there?
Redwoods?
Redwood. So that's like NWA is like a redwood because you still I don't because I'm hip hop, so you can't say that that's the only tree from the West Coast because for me hieroglyphics is a tree. Yeah. It may not have continued to grow to the extent of the redwood that NWA became, but it still to me is a tree. You have that, then honestly. Then native tongue tribe, and I mean it's kind of more so tribe because in all frankness, no shots or nothing, good music comes from tribe.
So okay, now I was going to ask you this. Do you feel that good music was a leaf off the native tongue family tree?
How could it not? There is no good music in me. I mean, listen. I'm not saying this in brashness, but like, look, if me and Kanye don't ever meet in life, what happens? Does the same thing happen? It's hard to say, you know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, he was on the road to success. He already had a production popping, but the sparring with the rap was primarily me because I was in his crib. Like I said, he opened his home to me. We rap together every day. So without throwing our personal business of who did what and this, that, and the third, I mean, it's public knowledge that we definitely rap together. There's numerous times where we rap together. And so, obviously, me coming from Tribe and having those trade secrets and working with him, I didn't withhold it. You know what I'm saying? So, just like whatever trade secrets he had from Roc-A-Fella, he didn't withhold from me. You know what I'm saying? So it was, and that's the reason why I stayed around him. It wasn't like, I still was consequence. I still had the option to I could have did one record with Kanye. After the college dropout, I could have did Spaceship and then bounced. I didn't have to sign to him. I could have took the look and been like, yo, all right, cool. We rap together, blah, 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 blah. We became family. So if we become family, then we do the Grammy Family later and this, that, and the third. So then you got to say that because I'm a derivative of Tribe. Even when whether I liked it or not, at the time when I was upset about whatever discrepancy, there's no ignoring it. That's why everybody in the game was like, yo, fam, you can't run from your lineage. You can't. So when you say best rap group and you bring up Tribe, yeah, you gotta say that because at the end of the day, even more so, obviously everybody pretty much has gone through Dre's threshold. Because even what I was gonna say is even with the NWA Redwood, because the reason why I say it's a Redwood because hey, that tree went so far that it left California. It went to Detroit and got Eminem. So Slaughterhouse, so Eminem, D12, those are all other branches from the Redwood of NWA, and so is G-Unit. So that's why, like I was saying, there's Tribe, and then they have their leaves, and then the Wu obviously has their leaves, and then the Roc has their leaves. You know what I'm saying? And then the Dungeon family has their leaves.
I'm trying to battle John Cena. Can somebody find John Cena's management? WWE, somebody find John Cena and let's make this happen.
So let's be super honest here, and I'm gonna be really frank and a little uncouth. I'm not gonna suck a dick unless I'm gonna do it great. I'm not gonna write a book unless I'm gonna do it great. I'm not gonna cook a meal unless I'm not gonna touch anything unless I plan on doing it better than anyone else you've ever met in your entire life.